Hey everybody, it's your pal Mike Zombie, and this week we're going to talk about Hard Rock Zombies from 1985. I'm laughing, I'm sorry. This movie was, alright, it's a fucking trip. You guys know I enjoy 80s films in general. I, of course, love zombie films, and when I can link the two together, I'm generally a happy camper. And I'm still not quite sure what to make of this film. Though this film did prompt me to make a sound bite that I can use permanently, and here it is.
What happened?
So I'm going to use that whenever a movie just does something so fucking bizarre, or the plot just changes, or stupid shit happens to where it just totally takes you out of the fucking film and makes you wonder, what happened? I initially downloaded this film, but it was in, I think, some language I had no fucking idea. It didn't sound like anything that I had encountered before, nothing I certainly could piece together. But the opening scene, I was like, right. I want to hear this in English, so I did find another version to get that was English. Now, I'm going to read you the premise as put on IMDb, because I think it's pretty telling. I'm going to read some of the comments. I don't usually do this, but I was looking at it and just made me laugh. The storyline says, a hard rock band travels to the tiny and remote town of Grand Guignol to perform. Peopled by hicks, rubes, werewolves, murderous dwarves, sex perverts, and Hitler, the town is a strange place, but that doesn't stop the band's lead singer from falling in love with a local girl, and I'm going to add that seems somewhat retarded, named Cassie. After Nazi sex perverts killed the band to satisfy their lust, Cassie calls the rockers back from the grave to save her, the town, and maybe the world. That's actually a pretty good synopsis of what went on in this film. I didn't know what to expect. A few weeks back, as you recall, I did Death Metal Zombies, and it was a homespun film that I really enjoyed. I didn't like this one as much, but of course, being an 80s film with, about 10 or 11 montages in this, Okay, this movie should be called, if you want to see, I'm just going to cut through the fucking bullshit. If you want to see Night Ranger take on a town of hicks and Nazis and some midget action, this might be a film worth watching. I'm going to consider talking to McPierce about this. Maybe this should be a zombie mob, because there was just so much going on that it wasn't all bad. Good. All right. Some of the comments. I'm only going to read the title of the post on the message board. There are 6 to have here. One says, worst movie I've ever seen. The next one says, the music. Lots of exclamation points and question marks. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my freaking crap. Yeah. And that pretty much sums it up. A band is playing, and they don't tell us where. It's some real shitty bar. And the music, for what it isn't bad. It's like Night Ranger bar music for the 80s. And the band is very unconvincing. And they're playing, and the girls are going nuts. And the guys really want nothing to do with the girls. They're backstage. They're like, we're artists, man. And their agent, who is working the soundboard like he's playing fucking Frogger the entire time the band's playing this. But anybody who knows anything about any type of engineering with audio knows you wouldn't he's like, you think the motherfucker's playing speed checkers, trying to fucking get the levels right all throughout the set. Would never happen. He's like, no, we got to get pictures of you with the girls, because the big guy from the record company's coming to see you play tomorrow night at this other club on the way to this town. I'm cutting past the whole weird beginning because I didn't fucking all right, I'll get to it. Fuck it. Why not? There's a woman who's really pretty, blonde, hitchhiking. And she gets picked up by a couple of stoners in a Camaro. And she's like, hey, let's go skinny dipping. And as they all hop in the water, she fucking kills him. And every time she kills a guy, this asshole pops out from behind a tree with a camera and starts taking all these pictures. Okay, it made no sense. And this goes on and on and on. So we see the same girl standing on the highway as the band is in their van. Their one little Ford Econoline van that apparently holds the 5 guys, the manager, all the audio equipment, all the guitars, the drums, everything. See where I'm going with this. And they see the girl hitchhiking. Oh, pick her up. Now, this film blatantly rips off Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because the exact same shit happens. You pick up weird hitchhiker who's being kooky, and they're like, hey, you should come to my house. The band, of course, ends up going to the weird chick's house because they all want to fuck her, and they go there. And as they pull up, you hear howling because there's a woman upstairs in a wheelchair that's a werewolf. And there's some weird little midget guy running around. One of the little kickables from Willow. I forget which one he was. Not the main guy. And there's also another midget who's this really weird puppet thing. It's there's a guy in the costume, but it's just It's weird, shitty special effects, head to toe. It's like it's like a Muppet almost. It's really kind of annoying. And a bunch of weird motherfuckers running around. So, to make a long story short, the band's getting ready to play. The townspeople are up in arms. They're not going to let it happen. And they try various ways to stop the band from playing because they're not wholesome. And the band is like fucking Night Ranger. So, how much more fucking white bread milk could this be? I don't know. But they try all this crazy shit to get him to stop. They arrest him. And the singer for this band, whose name I couldn't fucking tell you because I didn't care, falls in love with this weird little half-retard girl. Her dad is like the main guy that wants them all out of the town. And we don't really understand why, aside from the fact that these are fucking backward hicks, that they don't want this band there. The singer records a song that they don't say, but it's very much like out of the fucking Necronomicon that brings, the dead back to life. And he records it with his bass guitar and apparently no other band members. He records it in his bedroom at this kooky-ass weird killer house into a boombox. And apparently magically the whole band contributes because it becomes a song. Like I said, this fucking film made no sense at all. And suddenly it's revealed as this blonde chick who brought him there kills almost every one of these guys except like the singer, and he does eventually die by some weird Nazi guy with a fucking weed whacker that has a blade on it. And of course, pictures are being taken by this weird photography guy every time somebody gets killed. Like the main weird guy who lives at the house pulls a mask off, and of course he's fucking Hitler. Made no sense. There's like old people fucking, and they're speaking in German accents. She's like, oh, this is great, and it's because you take your medication. And he's like, oh, I'm on my stuff, and blah blah blah, and I'm 95, and he's just fucking pumping the shit out of this bitch. Bang bang bang, he's going crazy, and they stop because the midget is in the room with the other Muppet midget, and they're fucking staring. And he's like, what are you doing, you little bastards? Get out of here. You can't watch. And the midget guy goes, oh, come on, please, Grandpa, let me watch.
What happened?
My thoughts exactly. And the grandmother's like, oh, you boys are so sweet. Let them watch. So these senior citizens are letting their grandkids watch them fuck. He's like, well, you can watch, but don't touch. And I'm like, this movie got fucking weird. Okay, so they turn out to be Nazis, and they kill the band, but the girl plays the tape with the Necronomicon song, and they come back to life, and the band walks around almost like they're robots. Remember, like, fucking Kilroy was here from Styx, Mr. Roboto doing the hand shit, walking around. That they're doing the fucking robot, and the band are painted blue. I think actually this might have been some Savini work. Everybody's painted fucking blue, and they walk around doing the robot the whole time, and it's really off the fucking rails. And even as they're dead, there's still a music montage as they come back and kill everybody that killed them. And this film was goddamn stupid, but I was still entertained. I don't understand why. Who doesn't love a good montage of Night Ranger-ish music? It's not really Night Ranger, but it's about as heavy and satanic as Night Ranger, so I don't know. I would say this, fuck it, man. If you want a good laugh, watch it. Just searching the title, it came up on YouTube. It said like part 1 of 9, so you can watch this for free on YouTube, and I dare you to make it through all 9 portions of this film. I don't understand. It went into the fucking trees and killed a bunch of campers early on. Didn't make a lot of sense, but fuck it. I watched it. I'm going to watch them all. And this review was real short, and I'm tired, but it is what it is. There wasn't much else I could say. So, hope you enjoyed my new sound effect. I plan to use it when shit makes no sense or pulls me out of the film from here on out. It's a combination of the car crash sound generally used on the Opie and Anthony show when something like crazy happens or something out of line happens, and the what happened old lady was the lady on the phone talking to the guy when Tiger Woods got in the car crash and they were calling 911. So I thought together it just made sense, though this film didn't. All right, guys, have a good week.